The Belgiques, the Belgium. And I think, see, the prevailing question here is it too little, too late? Is it too little, too late? Because I think that when you think of Belgium, it's the because we're going to say when we come to Portugal, golden generation, and it is a golden generation, as in extremely special talents, and it is the best generation of players that they've ever in their history. You see, when we get to Portugal, we talk about how Portugal maybe have had two. Belgium have only had one truly definitive golden generation, and it is these dudes. This is the golden generation. But the thing that keeps on going through my mind is, how did they miss their boat? Did they miss their boat for them to say what's up? It's a legitimate question to have of whether these guys have missed their boats, man. So this was obviously back in this was 2014. And this was obviously against the United States, man. And I think that, 2014, I thought that was the first introduction to this special generation. It was the first time that we saw the special generation. I think this was before, this had to be before De Bruyne joined City. I think De Bruyne was still at Wolfsburg. So guys were still unknown. And I think that, them playing against America, and this was the game in which, what was it called? Tim Howard was amazing. I think Tim Howard was voted my man of the match. He made I think the most saves ever in a World Cup. No, yeah. I think he broke the record of most saves made in a World Cup game. But ultimately, Belgium said what's up. But I think they're not on everyone's radar. Guys were just like, okay, this is a talented crew, but okay, it's all well and good, But when they came through the America thing, again, for me, I was like, okay, because that was a grueling game. America really pushed them. But America don't really like a footballing heavyweights. What are they going to do when they now meet a big dog? And how well can they fare against a big dog? So I felt that this game came way too soon for them. This is Argentina. It's a heavyweight. It's a big team. It's peak Messi. And let's be real, it was only 1-0. Now, it was a superb goal. Like, that Higuain goal was freaking insane. That was an absolutely insane goal from your boy Higuain. And also remember the same game, it was a 1v1 save that Qatar made on Messi. But I remember reading in this game, and I just knew that these guys don't yet have the skill level, or the mentality, or the character, or their experience to face off and beat against an Argentina who, these are seasoned vets within the aspects of world football. But I was like, okay, cool, this is a nice little entry. Let's see what they now do. Based on how talented that crew was in 2014, I think many people had them as favorites in the Euros in 2016. Guys are okay. Look, these guys are cool. Who did they get? They got beat by a South American team. So now they just have European teams. I remember when you're looking at this team, when you were looking at the Euros, France were not that amazing. Portugal were not that amazing. Obviously Germany did it, but Germany ended up losing to France. So you would say that based on just the players that Portugal had at their disposal up against Wales, they should have beaten Wales. So this was shocking. Because I remember watching this game in a pub, and I think there were loads of Welsh people. This was shocking that they lost to them. And I saw a hint of something. I saw a hint of something. See, 2014, I can sort of give you a little bit of leeway in 2014. But 2016, 2 years into knowing who you are and so forth, and Wales we're nowhere near as talented as Thingy. I know Bill Tax is there, but they're nowhere near as near. So I really felt a way that they were not able to say what's up in this game against Wales. I was like, okay. I'm feeling away here. But fair enough, it was what it was. But what I saw was, do these guys actually have the character? Do these guys have the personality? This was, you see, this is mixed in with this. Because of what I saw in this, I thought they'd lose this game. 2-0 down against a very talented Japan side. I thought, okay, this is it. And this is just why Belgium can't be taken seriously, that they just don't have the character. Okay, they lose 2-0 to Japan. So yet, So just as they got shocked against Wales, they're not going to get shocked against Japan, a team that they should beat. Boom. But how they came back and how they responded, I was like, okay, this is something. But yet again, you've not beaten a big dog. You've not beaten a big name. So as much as I give you kudos for showing some character in coming down from 2-0 to win 3-2 with a crazy, because this was the third goal, which was a crazy counter-attack from Japan's corner. There's still not enough arguments for me to say, okay, now let's now respect these guys. See, there's always that moment. There's always that moment when a team passes over, when a team sort of realizes itself and really sort of sees what they're about, and with the coming out moment, when you announce yourself, this was it. It's Brazil. And coming into that 2018 World Cup, Brazil were one of the favorites because I think Brazil had an excellent qualification. So Brazil was seen as one of the favorites for the World Cup. And Belgium, in what was a great game. See, it's funny. I think these were the two best games of the tournament. I think this was the best game of the tournament, followed by this game. So Belgium were in 12 of the best games of the World Cup, and they won both of them. And I think the way in which they beat Brazil, and Brazil put them under crazy pressure in the second half, Qatar had the save of the tournament. It was tops. Shout out to your boy, De Bruyne. Shout out to all you dudes. So this was where I thought that if ever there is a chance for this golden generation to really do something special and go down as heroes, it is this World Cup. This is their moment. As in, I feel that, because whenever your time arrives, you've got to seize it. What's the saying? Carpe diem. Seize the moment. Because them beating Brazil, knocking out Brazil when nobody, and I mean nobody, thought Belgium would win. They thought Belgium would give Brazil a game, but similar to Argentina, they thought, Brazil would edge them out, but no one thought Belgium, no one had that on their bingo cards of Belgium beating Brazil. But they did so. So could this be the aim for them to say, what's up? You see, Belgium could have beaten France. See, France wasn't unbeatable. They were not an unbeatable team. So I felt that Belgium could have beaten France. And when you look at what Hazard did, all he needed was a co-pilot. He said all Hazard needed was just someone to go with him to the dance. He went to the dance by himself. He was all alone in the dance. And all he needed was someone else to go with him, alongside him with the dance. Because Hazard balled. I mean, he was having guys tripping over themselves, walking over themselves. He was balling. But I think he needed someone to really say what's up to him. And I just felt that maybe the occasion just maybe got to Belgium. I mean, I don't know what it was, because I thought that if you can... Now, it's true. Matchups make fights. And Brazil was a very different matchup to France. Brazil attack. They give you space. They want to come out and play. France, on the jump, very defensive and so forth. So Belgium had to adjust and tweak their game, because this was a very different game from the Japan game and the Brazil game. And I just think ultimately you needed someone else, another individual, to try to step up to try to make the difference. It was only 1-0. And it came through from Titi. So you can't really say that Belgium, you were disappointed, but I just felt that this was your chance. This was your opportunity. Everybody was at their peak. Everybody was playing at a high level. You just knocked out Brazil, one of the heavy hitters and one of the favorites. I just felt this was Belgium's best chance, and they had to seize that moment by beating France. Because they beat France, they beat Croatia. They beat France, Belgium are World Cup winners. 100%. But I think with this third place, I think Belgium, these guys, they finally say, okay, look, man, we have really... Because I think their last great finish was when they finished fourth in Mexico, 86. It's so funny. 86, who beat them again? Argentina. So I think third place was definitely, hey, look, man, we can now say we have performed the best for a Belgian side at a World Cup. And they were very good. And I mean, it's funny, like, yes, France won it, but similar to 2010, where like 2006, Argentina with the bet, where I think Argentina played the best football, but Italy just were the best thing because they won it. Germany played the best football in 2010. Spain won it. I felt Belgium played the best football in 2014, but playing the best, sorry, in 2018. But playing the best football doesn't mean that you can actually go ahead and win the whole thing, So you then move on now. See, so coming into this, De Bruyne is the man. I think he's the most informed Belgian player. He's taken his game to the next level. And right now, he is now the face of Belgium. It is what it is. He is the face of Belgium. We'll come to the other dude. But based on how he's playing and how good he's been and how effective he's been, he is that dude. And I think for De Bruyne, I think, I know how good De Bruyne is. His passing, his creativity, his football brain, his decision making, the different ways in which he can score, his long range shooting ability. Just when it comes, if Belgium make that semi or make that final, can he be a difference maker? I just need him to be a difference maker in a major semi or really in a major final. For him to really do that, that's where he cannot take his game to that other very specific elite level. I don't know what to say about this dude. I don't know what to say about this dude. I don't know. I tap out. I've tried everything in my power to try to defend this dude, think of what he can do. I don't know what else to say. This is Hazard's last dance. His Real Madrid career is over. It's finished. But this is his last chance. And because I think if Hazard doesn't do something special, his career is over. And we will just have to talk about him and what could have been. Because sure, he showed some stuff, but Hazard could have and should have done a lot more with his career and a man of his immense talents. I'd be a fool to say, man, Hazard's going to have an amazing World Cup and so forth. I'd be a fool because judging from what we've seen so far from your boy, he's not been saying what's up. He's in the Brick Academy. He's in Siberia. He's been inducted. So can he conjure up something in Qatar? Lord only knows. Best keeper in the world. So Belgium now know that they'll be coming in here knowing that their last line of defense is the best. Couture is the best keeper in the world, hands down. Alisson, quality, but I think Alisson is number two. Alisson's number two, but this is the best keeper in the world. And because for me, I felt that as much as Vini won the game for Real in that UCL final, Couture also won the game for Real. And without Couture doing what he did, I'm not sure Real even make that final. And they never do even win the final because Couture was very key. So he's going to be huge, massive for Belgium if we're going to go further. I like this kid. This dude is really good. This dude is really good. And I think that, the World Cup is a tournament where we see new talents. No one had heard of James Rodriguez. 2014, guy shows up, best player he ended up top scorer and amongst the best players. I feel that Trossard could be one of the surprise hits. If he's given the time and allowed to play, I just think there is so much ability in this dude that I've seen enough for him to be like, oh, no, this is the guy to watch out for. This is definitely a guy to watch out for that can definitely do something special. So Trossard is one to watch, man. World Cups aren't completely about the manager. And I feel like when you're an international manager, I do feel less is more. You see, I'm not sure whether Pep would be good at international management because when you're doing with international management, it's about just really getting forth a philosophy and an idea that can see you through the 6-7 games or whatsoever for you to pretty much win that World Cup. But as much as I say that though, there are specific adjustments that may need to be made, particularly lines that need to be made. Is Martinez going to entrust Trossard to really go in there and say what's up? If Hazard or even De Bruyne or Kreisky are not saying what's up, does he have the bravery and the personality to bring off a big name if they're underperforming, or is he going to keep loyalty in a big name? Not many people are fans of him. I do feel that he definitely is a huge improvement on Mark Wilmots, who was the previous manager who brought us in 2016. But I do feel that there are better managers out there and there are better tacticians out there. So for Martinez, you have the talents. Can you get that talent together in order for them to say what's up, man? Belgium's best chance was in 2018. I don't see them winning this World Cup or even coming close to winning this World Cup because I feel they had their time. They were not able to make that time. I think specific players, specifically Hazard, who was at his peak, not at their peak now. So I feel even if you've got De Bruyne and you've got Trossard and so forth, I don't think that's enough for them to really beat a Brazil and Argentina, a France, or any of these heavy hitters if they run into those boys. But it's football and anything can happen to you.